Hello, hello. Thank you for being on time. For those of you that work with me, you know how much I love that. So thank you. I think people are going to be dropping in as time goes. But I'm eager to start. Yesterday I started later just to allow for everyone to come, but today I am ready to go. There is so much I want to cover. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We will begin with a little drop in as always, just to settle into the energy, to call us in fully present. And we're going to kick off a really powerful day today. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze for a moment. And just take a moment to drop into your body and just notice what's alive for you in this moment in your body. Deep, full breaths. Noticing if there's any movement, sound that wants to come through as you're dropping in deeper and deeper. Noticing if there's any stretching, noticing what wants to move, what wants to come through, any sound, just allowing for that. Settling into the space. Today we're going to dive into shame. So noticing where shame lives in your body. Noticing what is happening in your body when I say the word shame. For some, it'll be easy to feel. For others, it might be numbness, just welcoming it all in. There's no right or wrong way to feel. If you're new to this, it might be really like difficult to actually connect to different parts of us. But the more you do this work, the easier it will become to tap into different emotions, different feelings. The invitation is that you really welcome the shame in today, welcoming it and giving it a seat at the table. Noticing if there's judgment that arises. And just taking a moment to connect with your energetic roots. And spreading these roots deep and wide. Feeling yourself grounded, anchored, and supported. And breathing that energy up the roots, up the spine towards the crown of the head. And you can slowly come back to the space. And just noticing what is your body language? How is your body language in this moment? How are you today on this call? Are you open to receive the transmission, the words? Are you feeling closed off? Today's an intense topic, shame. Yeah, so we can see this happens. It's like everyone's ready for the first day of ease, and then they're like, fuck, I struggle with ease. I'm not coming for the shame. Yeah, so this is the work, guys. This is the work. The work is to do the work, to be courageous, to look at the shadow pieces. And, so many people look at my life and they're like, oh, I want to have your life. And I'm like, you can. And they're like, oh, no, but you can, right? But it takes priority, it takes courage, it takes action. It's not just I fell into this. Those that know me will know my journey, and I will be sharing more throughout the next few days. And those of you who are catching the replay, great, awesome, welcome. Thank you for being here on the replay. I get sometimes we can't join live, and that's totally fine. So I've been loving seeing everyone's homework and your shares, really touched by that, really touched by your exploration. And as I said, the first part is awareness, right? And oh my God, I have so much I want to share with all of you. I'm just like, but I also understand that there is a time capacity, right? I can't talk for 3 hours. You just dissociate somewhere. So I'm like, okay, how can I condense it to the best? Yeah, but there is so much. Yeah. So let's start with we're going to start with the awareness piece. And if you're just joining us for day 2, you're all good. You can always catch up on day 1 and you're going to get the medicine from today. Don't worry. It's not that linked. Yeah. So again, just a quick reminder, I'm seeing new people popping on. So just checking, how is your body language? Are you open to receive this? And just noticing this throughout our time, because I speak words, but I also give you an energy transmission. So just noticing what's happening for you there. Remembering sound, breath, movement, allowing for the energy to move. This is not an ordinary PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, this is not me just saying words. This is co-created. Yeah, so I'd love to see you guys in the chat. And actually, we're going to kick off with a little reflection. So if you did do the homework from yesterday, and if you didn't, it's okay, I'll give you another prompt. But if you did the homework or you just watched the call, I'd love to hear from you in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway? Yeah. And if you didn't, you're just jumping in now. Yesterday was the day of letting it be easy. So maybe you can reflect on your relationship to that, letting life be easy. How does that feel? Or reflecting on your relationship to being spoiled. So we're going to start with a little integration of yesterday. So you can put it in the chat. And if some people want to unmute and share, you can do that by raising your mechanical hand, or which is in the reaction section. I'd love to hear what's been coming up for you. So we have, I didn't get it, but yes, ease and simplicity is what I'm all about right now. Beautiful. Beautiful. Don't be shy, guys. Also a reminder throughout, I know some of you are still typing, maybe some want to unmute. Reminder throughout that you can do FF or favorite frame when I start talking more. Your little golden nuggets. It's really important to bring these things in. Yeah, to integrate, because there's going to be a lot of information. Does anyone want to share their biggest takeaway from yesterday? Anyone else? I know some of you did the homework on this call. I saw it.
I'll share.
Yes, thank you.
Um, so yeah, I just had posted a celebration in the Facebook group, but I I know that I've been blocking a lot and just in frustration mode, and that certainly doesn't help. So yesterday I really just did and allowed myself to be in the ease and flow and not complicate things like I tend to do, which is normally overthinking things and thinking everything has to be a big to do or I've got to prepare or blah, blah, blah. And I just was in the moment of flow and I enjoyed just a fun time on the lake with a friend of mine. And it was just simplicity, I think, was a big takeaway for me yesterday in dropping into allowing things to be easy, that it doesn't have to be complicated. And ease and flow is a pretty sweet place to be in. And through that, as I shared just a little while ago in the Facebook group, I'm just sitting there on the boat with my friend, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to drive to Lincoln, Nebraska next Wednesday. It's a 12-hour drive to visit my family. And he's like, oh my God, Lincoln, Nebraska? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I have a client. He does aquarium installations for all over the world and saltwater aquariums. He's like, I have a client in Lincoln, Nebraska that bought coral from me, and we've been trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to get coral to him. It's too expensive to fly it there and I'm not able to drive 12 hours there anytime soon. He's like, can you deliver that? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I can. And then this morning he texts me, he's like, yeah, my client's going to pay for your gas there. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So that
Wow.
was really beautiful. That was just kind of my experience with just allowing things to be easy and that's what happened.
Holy shit. You are such a great example. What a testimony to this work. So I'm just going to reflect some things because what a beautiful share. Firstly, like being spoiled by just like simply just hanging out on a boat. I love that. I just love that. I love that, I and Kelly and I, we have a relationship. She's one of my clients. So um the thing about you not like having fun and the moment you allow things to be easy, like you get invited on a boat. When I read that, I was like, this is wild. And as you notice, guys, this course about money is not going to teach you how to make more money. You all know how to make money. There's so many courses teaching you how to make money. This course is it's a portal into energetics where it's the opposite. It's the unlearning. Yeah, it's the opposite of doing more. Kelly didn't have to go do. She had to do less. And in our world, and I've been doing this for a really long time, guys. I've been embodying it and testing it and working with people one-on-one because it's so backwards and it's really hard. It's like the opposite of what you've been told, what society tells you. And this is why people say, oh, the energetic thing doesn't work because it's so nuanced. And over the next 7 days, I'm going to give you a transmission of this, like an embodied experience. And some of you is like popcorn, might pop earlier, others later. There's no timeline to it. Yeah. But you will receive it if you're open. Yeah. If you choose, like, hey, yeah, I'm going to try this on. You don't have to have it forever, just for now. Yeah. So, what a beautiful example. You let it go. You had some fun on a freaking boat. Like, I'm so amazed. And then now your fuel is getting paid, like manifestation, magic money. And this is our last module, right? We're leading up to that. We're going to do all the hard work and then we're leading up to that. But I'm so inspired by Kelly's share. And I know the energy is already moving for so many of you. So I'm going to share a money magic thread. I actually put on my Instagram so everyone can comment their money magic miracles. And you can comment your miracle from now, but also from the past. Yeah, because we really want to cultivate this energy because we are the average of our environment. If we're surrounded by people who believe in magic, money magic, you will start seeing it everywhere. Yeah, if you're around people that are just in deep scarcity, that's what you're going to be feeling and seeing because you are a frequency and energy. You're picking up these vibrations all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it works. So, how can you elevate your environment? Yeah, one way is be in these rooms. The other way is participate, not just watch. So then you understand, like, whoa, this shit works for me. It's not just them. You're not the outsider, like, oh, yeah, but that doesn't work for me. But, like, did you try? Because I bet you if you do the homework, you will see magic. Like, seriously, it is just the tiny little shift. Yeah. So I'm seeing Kendra asking about the homework. So the homework you can find in the Telegram group. I've written out the 3 questions. Um, okay, yeah, beautiful. What a beautiful, beautiful share. So let me look in the chat and then we're gonna continue. I saw the Jake sharing, I saw the resistance yesterday and noticed the stories, yet continued back to the very familiar sensation. Today I'm feeling more ease and openness in my chest. Feels great. Yeah, beautiful. It's really, as I mentioned yesterday, it's little shifts. Yeah, little. like little stretches. We're easing our nervous system into this. Letting it be easy is available, but when it comes to being spoiled, I want it, but struggle to receive it. Yes, I love it. And I want to bring awareness here. There's so many people who's sharing that. They're like, yeah, I want it, but So my question to you is, why not allow yourself to just have it? I know I'm going to ask you these questions. You're going to be like, oh my God, Dasha, but if only, right? And I was looking up my YouTube because I wanted to bring up a training on your beliefs create your reality, but I don't think I ever shared it on my YouTube. And it's not something I'm going to be covering in this because there's so much I want to cover. I just don't have time. Um, so I am just assuming you already believe that you're in a place where you understand that your beliefs create your reality. Because if I'm going to be teaching very advanced energy concepts here, so it's kind of like you need to kind of understand that. And if you don't, I'll give you examples throughout, but I'm not diving too deep into that. Yeah. So this is why I'm going to be like, but why don't you just shift that belief? Why not say, okay, I'm willing to be spoiled today. It's easy to receive. And it can be just a little change. How can you just spoil yourself a little bit? What feels safe? And we're going to dive into that in our next call, the safety. Okay. Melchor. I'm so sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I'm really bad with pronouncing crazy names. You're French, so there's no way I can pronounce that. It's like Mel or something. Just like the start. I want my life to be easy, and it is when I am in the flow. It's when I am not feeling the flow that I feel kind of lost. Yeah, the flow state. Exactly. Okay. The Telegram group is in your email. It's in the confirmation email and on all the reminder emails. And if you don't see it, you need to oh, I'm gonna delete that. Please don't share the Telegram group because I need everyone to actually get it from the email. Yeah, sorry. So please get that from the email because I need you to actually go to the emails. Okay, great. Okay, well, it's in the confirmation email, so you should get it. Everyone gets it. So please double check. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you all. There's a system, and I need you guys to follow it. I appreciate you so much. Um, and if you didn't get it, you can register again and then get the email because you need to put in your subscription, like you need to say yes to the subscription. Okay, so there's the money magic thread. I'll put it in the Telegram group. It's on my Instagram. I want to talk a little bit about the prizes and then we're going to get into the shame. So thank you everyone who's shared this. And there's been so many friends of friends and people had me on their podcasts and Instagram lives. And just thank you for spreading this message because this is so dear to me. This work, I've been really like struggling with money for so long. I come from such deep scarcity and poverty. And for me to be able to have such ease, freedom, and safety around abundance and wealth, it's like, holy shit, this shit works. Like, if I can go from like $2 dungeons and just like really, I used to call myself a money rexic. Like, this is the way I cut love away from myself. Like, I would just torture myself by being like, I can't have this. I need to have the worst thing, the worst, the cheapest thing, right? To actually feeling worthy, yeah, of living a life that supports me, my mission, yeah, and my gifts in the world. So I really want to pass that on and pay it forward. Yeah, because I know I have a huge conscious community and so many healers reject money, but that actually blocks you from having a bigger impact in the world. We need money in the hands of people that are going to vote with the dollar towards the earth. Yeah. And if you don't want to hold the money, it's fine. Be the vessel where it flows through. Make the millions, give them all away because other people, you saying no to money, not going to get it in the hands of people that need it. Yeah. Only you get to decide where the money goes. By you rejecting it, you have no say. Rich just get richer and poor just get poorer. It doesn't work that way. That you say no, then it goes to the people that need it. And actually, people need to educate themselves. That's what they need to do to understand the energetics, because we've been lied to. We've been put these shackles on. So I have some incentives to support the spread of this. If you don't need an incentive and you're just happy to be in abundance and share this, if you're getting a lot out of it, thank you so much. Please share the link, www.dashabasakova.com/world. And if you would like a little incentive, because sometimes that feels good, everyone who refers two people, you get a very special money meditation that I'm going to channel just for you. I've already been sitting with it and what I want to create, what I want to add. And I might be able to buy it, but it's only going to be for people who refer people as a special gift, like as a very, very special thank you, because I know that takes a lot, to go and copy the link and share it with someone, maybe make a post and share your takeaway. It takes effort, so I understand. And for everyone who invites a person, you go in a draw, you get one entry into hot seat coaching. So the leaderboard is in the Telegram group. So I'm celebrating everyone who's done that. Thank you so much. It means the world. And there's going to be more prizes added. I'm really excited. But that's that. I just wanted to touch a little bit upon that, and maybe I'll have time at the end as well. And again, I'm talking to you as people that are going to lead yourself. The reason we're doing this conversation about shame is because this is one of the biggest blocks. Yeah. What makes you kind of reject money? Yeah. That makes you run away. That makes you judge other people. Yeah. That makes you not come back for day 2. That makes you like judge and assess and be critical. Or maybe just like push away opportunities, or even just push away like big sums of money, or have the money and then it goes. Yeah. So we are going to address this energy. This is one of the biggest blocks. But I also want to say that you're a leader and this is your life. So you get to lead yourself. You get to choose if you're going to show up, if you're going to do the work. The more you put into these 7 days, the more you're going to get out of it. And as I already mentioned, I really curated a really mind-blowing journey for you. So I'm not going to do it for you. Yeah, you are the visionary. I'm not here to convince you, but I am here to inspire you and to bring up people to inspire you. You just have to open yourself to trust and to be like, yeah, okay, that's going to work for me today. So we're going to do something a little bit wild. We're going to have a money confessional. And this is you're going to be put in little pods and you don't have to share. Yeah, you're going to get put into little pods, and those that want to share, you're going to share. And you're going to share something about money where you carry shame. And don't worry, I'll set you guys up. I'll share a lot of my things. I'm like, oh my God, am I ready for this? But yes, I want to give you a transmission. And then you're going to be in your little pods. I will explain this again, so don't worry. And then you'll have an opportunity, and then we'll come back into the space. The thing is, shame grows in silence. Yeah, Brene Brown. Shame grows in silence. This is one of the biggest things that actually blocks you. Yeah, it blocks you from asking for what you want. Yeah, asking for the pay rise or asking for your worth, going for your dreams, asking for investments for your community, for your project, for taking time off to write a book. Yeah, this is a thing that makes you judge other people for their choices of how they spend money. And judgment and shame are really big energy leaks. Yeah, so that just drains you. That drains you from the opportunity to receive more, to hold, and it puts you out of abundance, out of flow state, into scarcity. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. And the thing is, You might not be thinking these thoughts, but it's so deep in your body that it is running you. The subconscious runs you on autopilot. So it's really important to excavate. And as I said, there's going to be an intense session. Yeah, I might bring up a lot. You can go as deep as you want. Yeah. So the pods, that will not be recorded. No one's going to see you. No one's going to hear you apart from the people. And please, can we all agree, if you're staying for this process, that you are respecting confidentiality? That you're not going to go and be like, oh my God, I did the craziest thing and this person said this and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you can go and share about your crazy experience, but from your experience. Like, I shared this, or like someone shared, and this is how I felt. You're not repeating what they said, no matter what. Yeah. If you cannot respect that, please sit out. Like, you can stay in the room, just turn off your camera and your sound, because it's really important we create a sacred, safe space for people to really be able to share. When we come back for the group share, the camera will be on and you will be recorded. So just remember that. So if you feel like you want to share it, you can. It's very liberating. And it not only liberates you, it will liberate the people that are hearing this. Because we carry, oh my God, so much shame. And we think we're alone around this. And I'm going to try and give you so many examples because I've felt it all. But I haven't, right? I don't have your lived experience. So the more people that come and share, the more impactful it will be for the collective as well. I work in energy, so as you're liberating yourself and your energy field, you're liberating the collective as well. So know that. And it's enough if you just be a really powerful witness. Yeah, you don't want to share? Not today? That's really fine. If you're a witness, you are receiving. Yeah. You're not thinking about what you're going to say next. You're gifting them the listening. So if you do choose to share in the pod, amazing. You're really liberating yourself and the collective. And then if you choose to share in the group, incredible. But you don't have to, right? Even if no one wants to do it. And I'm like, anyone? No one has to do it. I won't be like asking for it like I did with the shares because I really want to honor it. But if you feel nervous and scared and you feel the pull and you need time, you can just raise your hand and be like, I want to share, but give me a second. Yeah, because I do want to honor you if you do want to share and it just feels really scary. All right, let's just take a breath. And just taking in what's about to happen. I'm nervous giggling because I'm about to confess my dirtiest, darkest money secrets. And it feels vulnerable. It feels vulnerable. And I'm gonna start with this one. I didn't write it down, but I thought about it today as I was making my food before jumping on. Is I have so much shame because one of my friends, I'm a guest speaker in her portal, and I wanted to talk about sexuality and money because they're so linked. And she called me out on my money shit, but in a very loving way, like called me in. And I felt so much shame. I felt so much shame that I had money struggles. It looked like I had money struggles from the perspective, and I'm teaching on this, right? And I told her, like I don't have money struggles. I have self-worth struggles. I have lots of money. I just don't feel worthy and deserving at times. And this has been my big journey. And I'm always expanding and I'm feeling more worthy and more deserving. But just before, as I was channeling this and promoting this, I had the biggest money rexia relapse. And I had so much shame because I'm like, what the fuck? I've been working for this. I've been like doing this work. I've channeled the course. Like I have the things. And I had a relapse. And I'll tell you the story because it was so deeply connected to worthiness and deservingness. And that's coming. That's our next session. And I held shame, you know. But as someone, if you're a facilitator who's really embodied in your work, you know that you journey through it. You journey through it when you channel it, when you launch it, when you run it. Like it's endless because you need to have a lived experience. Yeah. So you can be relatable. If you're up there, sorted it all out, you can't be as relatable, right? So I just want to speak to that as well because I know a lot of leaders and healers struggle with this. They're like, oh, I don't feel ready. I have the imposter syndrome because I'm still dealing with the thing. But it's like, you're always gonna, this is your medicine. Yeah, it's how you lead yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna continue with my confessional. Okay. And the reason we're doing this is to really liberate this subconscious that we're carrying that is leaking so much energy. Yeah. And this is the thing that's blocking you from it coming in an energetic, yeah, understanding. Okay, so things that I have done: staying up all night so I don't have to pay for accommodation on New Year's Eve, sleeping in airports, getting those really cheap flights with the really extended skipping meals, spending hours on the computer, obsessing, trying to find the cheapest option, the cheapest option by like literally comparing cents, staying in $2 dungeons, not choosing a drink because of a 50-cent difference. So as I'm sharing this, maybe it's bringing up things for you. Yeah. It's just taking a breath. I'm not shaming this. This is no shame in this, right? This is what I carry shame around. Yeah. And my shame is connected to my worth. You know, as I share this, I feel shame and I feel sadness, deep sadness for myself that I just don't feel worthy. I didn't feel worthy of 50 cents. So noticing what's coming up for you, maybe you have a different experience. Having buyer's remorse. I used to have buyer's remorse all the time. I'd buy something and then be like, oh my God, should I have bought it? Oh my God, oh my God. Obsessing over an investment. I remember these two things where I've invested, like it was $1,000 investment into a course. I obsessed for days about it. So much energy leaking. When I bought this laptop, I was trying to figure out if I should get the bigger screen or the smaller screen. I obsessed for days. I even had like coaching around it. Just really like so terrified of disappointment and regret. The shame I felt for making money from doing what I love and having it be easy. Questioning, who am I to charge this much? Even though I've spent over probably $100,000 on self-development. Shame for wanting money, for wanting nice things for myself, for wanting new clothes, not secondhand. Wanting to wear clothes. So I used to have to wear clothes out fully till they were gone, you know, holes, rips before I'd buy new things. Going out and getting the cheapest thing on the menu. Not the thing I wanted, but the cheapest thing. Not wanting to split the bill evenly because I was obsessing over getting the cheapest thing and I didn't want to pay for other people who got the more thing. Not buying drinks when eating out. Not going out because I didn't want to spend money on fuel. walking instead of paying $1 Gojek, getting a train for 50 cents instead of spending $12 on an Uber. And I get it's very relative and it's a perspective but it's also energetic. Yeah. What is the, what is behind this, right? This is really powerful. Yeah. And we can hold a lot of like heaviness around it. Right now, I feel a lot of heaviness. I don't find this funny. But when I was talking with my friend the other day, we were comparing our stories of crazy shit we used to do, like this. We were like laughing about it. Yeah. So you can really allow yourself to feel all the feels. Right now, I'm not finding it funny because it feels vulnerable, right? I just did it in front of, I don't know how many people are online, 14 people online, and nearly 60 people in the group that are going to watch this. And I feel shame. I feel shame, especially about this obsessiveness. You know, I feel shame because it's like, oh, but I should have known better. Like I should have loved myself better. The thing is, everything is a learned behavior. I didn't know. The thing, this worthiness and deservingness, and you might have your own experience, right? I'm going to speak to mine, and we're going to talk about worthiness and deservingness in the next session because it's a big thing. Yeah, that comes up for people. And it comes from your parents. What were your parents like? Right? So this is going to bring up a lot. And can you be in compassion that you didn't know? That you were just trying to do your best. A lot of the time I thought I was choosing the right thing because I was trying to protect the environment and the planet, because I was brainwashed that everything is scarce and that if I take a little bit, someone else will not have enough. But those are lies. That's lies that we've been told to keep us small. And this might be triggering. I know when I used to hear this, I'd be like, what the fuck? That's not real. There's not an abundance of money. There's not an abundance of time. Yeah. So everything is welcome. All of you is welcome. All your beliefs, all your thoughts. So I'm going to explain. Let's just take a breath. And just reassure yourself that you're safe to go into this process and that you can choose your adventure. So how this is going to work, I'm going to put you in breakout rooms in a moment. You're going to have 3 or 2 people in the breakout room, and you're going to go back and forth. So one person will share, another person, another, and you'll have time. You'll hear me over the radio, and then we'll call back when the time is finished. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. So you're going to have a lot of time. And before we do that, we're going to do a little drop in here. So you can just reflect on like, what do you want to share about? Yeah. So you have some time just to reflect. Then you'll get put into your group. And then if you don't want to say anything, you just say skip. And then you'll go skip. Because at one point, you might change your mind. And then it's just an easier thing. Then you say the thing instead of saying skip. And maybe one round you want to skip. And you get to skip, but then you want to say, yeah, so there's no attachment, there's no right, wrong. Remember, the main thing is confidentiality. Yeah. So if you are like a gossip, you cannot help yourself. Some people are like that. I had a friend like that. It was like, oh, I didn't know there was privacy before I met you. Like in my family, there's no privacy. And I'm a very private person. So I was like, oh my gosh. You know, so if you like that and you know that, please don't join this. Or really work hard not to spill the beans. Yeah, it's really important to create the safety. It's very energetic as well. You know, like we are all so deeply connected. You might think no one knows, but they feel it. Yeah. Okay, so do we have any questions about this? If you have a question, you can put it in the chat. We're going to do a drop in all together now. So we're still going to stay in the same group. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat, raise your mechanical hand, or you can try wave at me. Okay, great. Because I can't see it. Okay. So let's just take a moment to close our eyes. And you're just going to reflect on the shame. Anything that you want to share in this moment of the confessional. What do you want to confess? I used to put myself in very dangerous situations so I didn't have to pay for accommodation. I chose to go without rather than spending money on that thing. So it can be whatever, right? It's one sentence. So just allow yourself to feel for whatever arises. And if nothing comes, then when you're in the space, you can just use your intuition, put a hand on your heart or wherever the shame is, and just speak from the shame. What is the shame that you're holding on to around money? What wants to be spoken for you to feel liberated? This is not a performance. This is about you. It's not about the other people. You can say the same thing. This is really all about you, and the witness is a gift to you. And as a witness, you're listening from the ears of your heart. Not the mind, not the shame, not the judgment, but the ears of the heart, the love and the compassion. All right. So in a moment, I'm going to invite you to slowly come back to the screen, and I'm going to put you in the breakout room. And you'll hear, once everyone's in the breakout room, you'll hear me over the speaker say, okay, the person with the shortest hair can start. And then you start and you just choose, you go right, just go right. There you go. If you get that wrong, just do whatever, it doesn't matter. And you're just sharing whatever you want to share to feel liberated from the shame. So the rooms are going to be open now. If you have a question, you can say back and ask me. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side. Okay, so the guys that are still here, you're not joining? You're staying back? Okay. Okay. Okay, hello everybody. Hope you can hear me okay. So the person with the shortest hair can begin, and you are starting by sharing whatever feels alive for you to share to liberate the shame. And then you just go back and forth. One person shares the other, one the other, or one like in a circle if there's three of you. Okay, see you on the other side. So for everyone that is watching the replay, the invitation for you would be to either set a timer for 5 minutes and write all of this, or invite a friend, or maybe reach out in the Facebook group and say, hey, I didn't get to do the confessional practice. I would like to do it. Is anyone available? And then what you guys do is you set a timer for 5 minutes, and then you're just going back and forth. Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened with my internet. So yeah, so you you set a timer for 5 minutes, and then you're just going back and forth. Yeah. So I really encourage you to do this practice at whatever level feels good to you. Yeah, if it feels good to do it just written, just for yourself, it's really powerful. Yeah, just to bring that love and compassion for that part of you. Hello, welcome back, everyone. So good to have you. All right, would anyone like to share into the group?
I hope you're going to bring us out of this because this was tough.
Yeah, yeah, we will complete with the loving.
I will share. I came on really late because I was sleeping. And I have shame that I look at the prices when I eat food when in restaurants. I don't go to the grocery store because I don't want to spend the money on food, which is ludicrous. Um, I go on dates so that I can eat,
Mm.
which is crazy and insane. Yeah, I got a lot of shame. So thank you for bringing this out.
Thank you for your courage and vulnerability. You're not alone, and your words will liberate so many others. So thank you so much, Elizabeth. Victoria?
Hey, um, I I know very well this hunt for a dime. But I just realized that yeah, there is a shame. Like, what if other people would find out? Then it's a shame. But in the moment, like when I'm with myself, I I have fun hunting these dimes, I realized. And I'm also proud of myself. I'm so smart. I'm such a talented hunter to get these dimes no matter where they're hiding. And not spending them. They're mine. They will stay in in my power, even it's just a sense, but they're mine. I don't give them without a fight. Yeah, so I just realized that there is a lot of playfulness as well. Actually, I would like to feel like really shame. And I have to also say that your sharing really touched me deeply. I felt deep sadness when I recognized myself having same experiences. But then while my sharing in the room, I realized that it's actually a lot of fun being poor. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Victoria. And yeah, my bargain hunter loves a challenge, loves to put me in really crazy predicaments. And I love it, then there's so many parts of us. And it's very liberating, right, to actually embody and this is what I talked about. Like, you might be laughing about this, yeah, but you might not be. There's different stages of processing it. And it's all welcome because laughter is so healing. And this is why I want to bring this lightheartedness. Today's session is deep because we can't avoid it. But this is why we're talking about being spoiled and really healing this and stretching this and looking here, because it doesn't have to be like this horrible relationship. Yeah. So thank you for bringing that as well. Really powerful to witness. Kelly.
So my shame is that I'm in my 40s and I still have accepted financial help from my family, which I'm very grateful, but I feel shame that I'm undeserving for having a family that can help me when I know that there's so many others that don't have that luxury per se. And at the same time, I am working my ass off. I am doing all the things and I am in the struggle and trying to do it all on my own. And when I get to the point where my nervous system is so shot, I I know that technically I do have that help if I absolutely needed it. And so I don't feel deserving and I have a lot of shame for accepting that financial help. Um, because I feel like I haven't proved that I can make it. Like others have done it on their own with even worse struggle. Why am I not choosing that route? Why am I allowing basically the being spoiled, right? So then I feel like, oh, there's that spoiled brat then that's undeserving. And as my parents remind me, like, you're always trying, you're always doing. We don't mind helping you when you're always bettering yourself. You're always trying, you're inventing things, you're starting businesses. Like, we don't mind fronting that from time to time. But I'm like, yeah, but I haven't proven that I can fully pay you back for everything yet. So there's shame. There's my shame. Ugh, I hate that fucking one. I feel like such a loser.
I feel
And
so.
you know that. And I know you know that with me.
Hmm.
So working with me on that.
Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that. Thank you for your vulnerability and your courage. It's like we hide these parts of it. We feel like we're losers. And I just want to reflect back. I was so touched by your love, the family's love for you and the support. And yeah, it just highlights why I want to bring this work, right? It's like because we get the gift, but we aren't able to hold it. It's like it's a gift for your family to support your mission and vision and crazy ideas, and if you were just able to get spoiled without this shame, like what would life look like? So, yeah, thank you for bringing that. Thank you for shining light on that. And I know there's so many people that will really be impacted by your share and have been in that place. So thank you. Kendra.
Hey guys, thank you. I wasn't able to get into a group. I kept on saying we're opening up the group, so I didn't get to meet any of you guys. But hi, and I'm so grateful, Kelly, for your share because I really resonate with that. I I have tremendous guilt for growing up with money. My parents had money, and and it just I feel like I've done so much work on it and just recognizing when thoughts and feelings come up, just like witnessing it and okay, that doesn't have to affect my vibration. Like it's just old shit. Um, but somehow I still can only make just enough, and it's like I feel like if I make more than enough, it's not fair and I should give it away. Um, I don't want anybody to think that I have more than them and then they would feel less than around me. Um, gosh, I went to Dominican Republic for the winter and just all the workers like we because we were there for 3 months and um we developed relationships with these people, and I like wanted them to know, like, you probably have more money than me. Like, I'm here because I'm super resourceful. I like rent out my place, like I Airbnb, and we get scrappy, and it ends up being like whatever. But um yeah, and it makes no sense because I know that me making more money doesn't take away money from other people. And I know that money in my hands is only a good thing, like, because I would give so much away. Um, but yeah, I have my thermostat is set to like just enough to cover my stuff. And yeah, it's so tied into that guilt and shame around having money that I feel like or my parents having money and growing up with that and feeling like, was I just lucky enough to be born into that? So thank you.
Thank you so much, Kendra, for sharing that. Yeah, this is big. So many people deal with that as well. So thank you for sharing that and bringing a voice of that in. Mel?
Hello. Here in French. That's just for info. Now I can share. Um, what I feel one of my shame that I didn't share in the secret room that appeared, that I I consider myself as conscious people, but I always choose the cheapest. And I know if it's the cheapest, it implies some workers have not been paid well. But I still, on this way of process, I, I love buy cheapest stuff. I love buy sold and have good deals, and I'm kind of conscious that the other part of the planet, some people are really exploit and are kind of slaves to make them. But I close the eyes about this world situation, and I still work like this.
Thank you for speaking to that. Such an important topic, such an important part. And you're definitely not alone.
Mm.
Yeah. Marissa.
Hi. Yeah, I had a struggle with it in the beginning because I didn't really think I had shame. It's more of a disconnection to money. I had a dad who was raised pretty wealthy, and I had a mom who was raised really poor. And so then my dad's family lost their money, and my mom never had money. So growing up, it was always kind of a roller coaster in our house. I watched repo men come and take all of our stuff. So I had fear around money. Um, but it kind of goes back to when I was really little, like 4. My mom didn't want me to suck my thumb and carry a blanket. And she made up a lie and said that some boy down the street needed it more than I did.
Mm.
And from that day forward, you know, parents get mad at you if you lie, but then they teach you to lie. So in my life, it's kind of a lot of like, as a healer, I'm finding that I find a lot of people hypocritical, including myself. And so for me, money is joy and pain all in one. And like, I don't have addictions like other people with like drugs and things like that. Mine was always shopping, and it got worse when my parents died. Because, like, when I'm shopping at like the cheap stores, I'm with my mom. when I'm shopping at the luxury stores, I'm with my dad. So for me, I try to have a loving relationship with money. I can manifest it like that. But then there's so much lack. So I have to bridge, I guess, the programming I got from my parents, lack and abundance. And so it's been like a roller coaster ride pretty much my whole life. And then I hurt myself by shopping because I always feel remorse afterwards.
Mm.
And I can relate to the food thing and stuff like that. I used to do that all the time. I'd go to happy hours and stock up on the food, put it in my purse, and take it home. And so for me, it's just, I used to view money as evil because I also watched my brother become like almost a billionaire and then he died because you see, he only wanted money. And so I tell people all the time, be careful what you wish for, because once you get it, God will pull the plug. See, I've died twice and come back. So I know the ultimate secret. You just go to love when you surrender. But I haven't figured out love around money in a way where I can balance the roller coaster part of it. So that's where I'm at in my money journey. I
Mm.
can have tons and none.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Yeah, so nice to hear you and feel you in this space and the duality. Yeah, thank you for speaking to that. And our final, just looking at the time, we're going to be a little bit over. I apologize, but I'd love to hear from Manuela.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a really funny one for me because I was talking earlier in the chat about struggling with being spoiled, and I grew up with this idea of my family were not millionaires, but we were comfortable. So I grew up with this, and especially compared to the community around us. So it was like, oh, you're so spoiled. And I've heard that all my life with a very bad connotation. And right now, the past year, I was recovering some severe burnout. So from the first time of my life since I started working, I haven't been working, which is activating this massive shame and fear of living off my savings and oh my God and oh my God. But then realizing that life is spoiling me that way, that I actually had enough money, that I was able to manifest enough money so that I can spoil myself and slow down and recover in a way my ancestors never had the opportunity to do. And doing a money ritual on 5/5 this year. And, it's in the past week, it's just this shame. I know it's a good thing, but there's shame around that it's money that doesn't come from my work, from working, that comes from very unexpected sources. And that comes from doing the energy work. And this is absolutely magical and amazing, but there is so much shame around that the money that allows me to keep taking care of myself doesn't come from the work.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for bringing that. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you, all of you. And yeah, this is why we did the first day of the art of letting it be easy, because this is what's going to happen as you continue in the portal of money magic and dealing with the shame and the guilt of it being easy and literally coming out of thin air and understanding abundance. And this is why we block abundance, as you can now see, right? The shame that we carry just, it's like it comes to us and we're like, oh, no, thank you. We don't want that. We energetically just push it away, even though it's right there. So we're going to do a little drop in just of compassion and love because we shook up a lot. Maybe if you want to stand and just shake a little bit, just like move the energy. I'm not going to stand, but you can. Shake your hands, just jump, just allow. And as you exhale, just allow for that to release, just to release whatever is ready to be released. Yeah, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's like we're all empathic. You're feeling each other. You're feeling the collective, right? We had such beautiful shares from everyone really representing the collective. And then you can find yourself in stillness, standing or seated. And I'm going to invite you to bring your hands onto your heart. And feeling your feet on the earth. And you're going to feel that connection with the earth, with your feet, and just allowing for any residue to melt down your feet into the earth. Feeling yourself held by Pachamama. Earth has always got you the abundant, the transmission of abundance. No matter how much we take, there's still so much more, and it keeps regenerating herself. Feeling the love and support. And sending it back, the love. And beginning to breathe into your heart space. Deep, full breaths into the heart, really feeling the activation. Feeling that love moving through your entire body as you inhale and exhale, and just holding these parts of you. Maybe they're little parts, younger parts. The shame, and just holding it in love and acceptance, if it's available. Showering it with love, imagining a cocoon of love around you, or holding you so tightly. That you did the best you could with what you knew, with what you were taught, with what you were shown. The shackles were put on by your family, and that must hurt so much, but they were put on by their family and by society. As soon as you try to take these shackles off, society tries to put them back on. This is so important, to be around community that takes these shackles off for you, that calls you in. So this session might have brought up a lot. The invitation is that you spend some time in nature, drink lots of water. You can also go have a cold shower or hot shower. That will really help regulate your nervous system. You can stay in the heart breath, connecting to the heart and spreading it throughout your body, connecting your feet to the earth and feeling the energy. The best thing to do now is to just be open and have acceptance and allow yourself to just feel. Whatever you suppress, whatever you resist, persists. All right. So if you're just able to bring love to this shame, even just a little bit, or just acceptance, or just have some compassion and understanding that you're doing your best. You are here right now, about to change your timeline forever. The past got you to where you are. It taught you what you needed to learn. To be the best version of you. You wouldn't be who you are without those moments. And I'd love to open for a final closing biggest takeaway. If you want to share in the chat, or I'd love to hear from 3 people that feel to unmute. And we're going to wrap up the call.
Well, for me, I think it's more about fear of money. That's a big thing because I've just watched it wreck people. So I tiptoe around it. You know, I'll attract it and I'll be in abundance and then I give it away. And I know it all goes back to the blanket, which is so silly, you know, because I felt like nothing was mine. And I think that's the same with money and pretty much everything because I give everything away all the time. And I'm learning not to do that. But I don't know where the money, like, it's just a lot of programming and I'm working on it with the brain mapping course, but I'm not there yet. So that's pretty much where I'm at. Because it's not so much shame. I don't feel anything really low about it. It's just the only low thing is fear. Just because I don't want to become what I saw my brother become and what's going on in America right now. It's all a power grab. It's all about money. I barter more than I use money. You know, bartering feels safe, whereas money doesn't. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And unfortunately, whatever you resist, actually, you become, if you're running away from something, your focus is on that and you're actually manifesting that. So beautiful that you have awareness. And now it's like, where do you run towards? Kelly.
My biggest takeaway, when you mention like when you receive this abundance, but then if you have shame around it, you're basically canceling it out. And that is really true for me because when I do receive the financial help, I then, because I don't think I'm deserving of it, I then punish myself by not asking for help. And so I'm running everything by myself. I'm wearing all the hats because I'm like, well, I just received this financial help. So I need to do it all by myself, all alone. And then I get stressed, overwhelmed, burnt out, and hide and isolate to just, in freeze mode just to survive. And so then the money's gone and it's like, rinse, repeat. And because I'm blocking it, like you're saying, with receiving, but then blocking it, and then it goes away. So that's a takeaway. And I don't really know what to do about it. I mean, I kind of do, but it's like, wow, that's going to be a journey still. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we're unpacking things now, and that you'll have some tools. But that's the thing, you can't do everything at once. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else want to share? One more. No? Where are my quiet ones that I haven't heard from you? Okay. Everything is invitational, so you don't have to share. So your homework is to sit down with a timer and write down a list of all the magical things you have experienced. So it can be and received, yeah? All the magical things that you have received. It can be a cute message from a lover, a birthday present, finding that perfect spot in nature, magic money, miracle money, soul clients, best job, pay rise, a kiss, orgasm, finding that perfect dress. So you are going to connect to magical things that you have received, and you're just going to free write for 5 minutes. Then you're welcome to get the extra juicy things and put them in the Instagram thread, or keep it to yourself. Or you can share the whole thing in the Instagram or the Facebook group, but that's your homework, right? And just spend some time in nature, really regulate. Tomorrow we don't have anything. Tomorrow is off. So it's time for anyone that's catching up to catch up. And then we come back the day after, same time. So the journey will continue. Yeah. It's slowly unpacking. And it's going to take you into magic money. as I'm teaching this and I'm noticing the time, I'm realizing there's just so much. Yeah, so much I want to share, and we're not gonna. It's like, whoa, the more we unpack, the more I want to share, the more I want to dive into. Yeah. But we have set things, set journey. There will be, I do want to say this so you can be prepared if this is something that you would like to do, and you don't have to. But I know that this work, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I've been doing this for many years, and we're unpacking things, bringing awareness, but the work is in actually shifting what we're finding in the cellular. Yeah, moving it from the body, actually being able to, okay, we see the shame, this is where we're carrying it. Awareness, shining the light, liberates us just through the awareness. But then there's the embodiment part. Yeah, there's the deeper process. So at the end of these 7 days, well, during the 7 days at some point, I wanted to speak to it today, and I will just seed it now because I don't think this is the right time, because everyone's feeling like vulnerable, and I want to allow people to just be in that. But there'll be an invitation into my 8-week program. It's the first time I'm running Magic Money. I just channeled it in Italy, and it's deeply profound work. So what we're doing now is totally different to the course, and I actually designed it as a pre-work, because as I channeled the course, so much more was coming through me, and I wanted to add that layer. So I decided to add it as the 7 days to really set you up, to have a really deep and profound journey. So there'll be an invitation into Magic Money, and it will start at $1,111. So in case you wanted to prepare yourself to invest in that. But there is going to be something extra special today, because originally I was going to launch it at $1,111, but I'm not going to go into the details. I'm just going to tell you it's 8 weeks. Yeah, and it's going to be deep, energetic work, embodiment work, moving through all the blocks. And I will talk deeper about it in the next coming days. But if you did want to join today, you can join for $1,000, and but this is all the information you get. Yeah. Next time I talk about it, it will be 1,111. Yeah, because I know a lot of people, you have been in my world for a long time and you've been waiting for this program. So whatever whatever to expect. Yeah. So the invitation is there. If you want to know more, you can send me a message and I can send you the link for the payment. But all the other information will be released later this week. But I just wanted to say this, so you know that there will be an option for that as well. Okay, my loves, I am so honored that you trusted me in this process. It was so beautiful, so profound. It was such an honor to witness everyone who shared in the group, and I hope you had a beautiful time in your pods. And I can't wait to hear from everyone who's been watching the replay, how that impacted you. Enjoy your day off, and we'll see you in 2 days' time. So much love to you all. Bye.